welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I am Michael Cole, here with E. Lois and with Aiden English. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, we're going to see the match once again between Ricochet and Aries. We do know that Aries won the TWF Pennsylvania Reich winnings back on Dynamite last Wednesday. So we know that Aries and Ricochet are truly not friends. No, that is not true at all, Elois says. And believe it or not, somehow, some way, Aries, we don't know how, but somehow, some way, Aries became the TWF Pennsylvania Reich fighter by beating Ricochet. We don't know how he did it, but somehow he did. Elois says. Yeah, wait, Elois said. We do know how he did it. He had to help a killer. That's how he ended up doing it, Elois says. Well, I could tell you one thing, Aiden English says. The one big thing you don't gotta worry about is that Aries did it by himself. Yeah, Killer may have played a little grounds into it, but at the end of the day, it was all Aries. He was the one who did it, not Ricochet, or shall we call him Dickochet? Aiden English says. Hey, that's a mean thing to call him. You shouldn't be going around calling anyone names. So Aries says, it seems that Ricochet, or as Togadjor like to call him, Dickochet, I like that name, wants to fight me again for the TWF Pennsylvania Reich winnings. And I'm going to tell you something, a little sog and tell here about you, Ricochet. I mean, at the end of the day, Ricochet, you just have to deal with the truth that you lost to the God of War. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying that you lost to the better man, to the greater man, or should I say, greater God. Now, you aren't going to be like that. I know that, Ricochet. You're not going to be like that. You're not going to come out and say, "Oh, look, you lost to the greater man." Oh, no, the greater God. You're going to say that I cheated, that I did something unfair to become the TWF Pennsylvania Reich fighter. So, why don't you just come out here and you'd show me the truth. I'd love to, Aries. I'd like to come out and show you that your guilt that you wanted unfairly. Because you did. Did you forget, Aries, about your follower or worshiper or whatever you call him, killer, who struck me when I wasn't looking, when I was wrestling and fighting you? And that's the only way you became the TWF Pennsylvania Reich fighter? That's the only way you pulled it off, Aries. Because if it wasn't for Killer or whatever his name is, you know that I'd still be the TWF Pennsylvania Reich fighter. Oh, is that so? Aries says. Is that so? So the way I look at it is that you think you can beat me. Well, I don't think you can beat. I truly don't think you can beat me. But you seem to think you can. Yeah, and at the end of the day, Astronomer says, I think Ricochet could beat you. And yes, Aries, you did have help. You did have your friend or worshiper or follower or whatever you call him, killer. He did help you, Aries. And there's nothing I can do about that, Astronomer says, because as we know, the fight keeper's word is last in all matches. But what I can do is I can make another match here today on Friday Night Smackdown having Ricochet fight Ares, the God of War, for the TWF Pennsylvania Reich winnings. And I would think it would be kind enough if you would stop saying that shame name that Tool Godzilla, Tool Godzilla came up with, Astronomer says. Oh, so let me understand if I get this right. Oh, nothing, Ecliptor says. You only won out of luck, because your worshiper, follower, killer helped you. So today, you're going to be fighting Ricochet for your TWF Pennsylvania Reich winnings. And if you don't like it, that's too bad. And there ain't nothing you're going to do about it. So the way I look at it, Astronomer says, either Ares, you either wrestle and fight Ricochet here, or I can just take the TWF Pennsylvania Reich winnings off of you. And it does fall underneath my oversight as matchmaker and overseer of the TWF. So what's it going to be, Ares? Astronomer says. I'll tell you what, Ecliptor says. We're going to give you a little bit to think about it. So you either going to wrestle Ricochet or fight Ricochet, or you can just have your TWF Pennsylvania Reich winnings taken off, Ecliptor said. Yes, I'll fight Ricochet. I'll do that. Alright. So let's have the match now. Well, as we do know, folks. So we do know now, Michael Cole said, that the TWF Pennsylvania Reich winnings is on the line here today with Ares fighting Ricochet, a match that Astronomer did make here today, Michael Cole says. Well, this is for the TWF Pennsylvania Reich winnings. First, he is Ricochet, and he is the TWF Pennsylvania Reich fighter, Ares. Ding ding ding. Well, keep in mind, I'll tell you right now, Aiden English said, it was Astronomer or Corone or whoever you want to call her who made the match, who made this fight. And Ares just got knocked down by Ricochet. Ares, the God of War, whose hand looks like it's fucked up, not going the right way. And Ares right now being taken down by Ricochet, Michael Cole said. Well, it's always been my wisdom, or my showing of dealing with Ares, that my friend Heracles has always beat up Ares and knocked him down on his booty every time. And Ricochet taking down Ares. No, Aiden English said, Ares, you're the God of War. You can't let someone like Ricochet beat you. And Ricochet just missed. While Ares right now knew that if he didn't take this match, he would have his TWF Pennsylvania Reich winnings taken off him, Michael Cole said, and clotheslined by Ares, the God of War, who has been in the TWF since 2001 YL, but his winning and loss reckoning has not been the greatest. You would think, Elo, Michael Cole said, someone who is the God of War would have a lot more wins than losses. Oh. But he likes to gild it on either Heracles, Xena, Wonder Woman, or Perseus. A body slam by Ares, Michael Cole said. Elois said that has always been Ares' thing. He's always guilted everything on everyone else. You know, oh, he couldn't beat Heracles because Heracles had that overman strength that Zeus, his father, gave him. You know, he was always lusted after Heracles. When it came to Perseus, I guess it was the same thing. Wonder Woman, same thing. Xena, because he let her get away and she would never be his fighter queen anymore. Ricochet taking down Ares again. Ares is in a bind again, Elois says. Oh no, Aiden English said, come on, Ricochet. You can't let this happen. Aries getting back up right now. But Aries just nailed Ricochet. Uh-oh. What's he doing? Oh no, he's pulling out his sword now. He just pulled his sword out of his holder. And he's got his sword out. This is the way they should have made it like that. Oh, Aries just hit him with the sword. Ding, 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 ding. And now he's going to hide the truth. Now he's going to hide his truth again. Aries just hit Ricochet with his sword. And now the rain's starting to come now. Yes, it is. The rain is starting to come now. And Aries thinks it's so cool what he did by hitting Ricochet with his sword. Which is truly sad. I mean, we wouldn't know where this match was going to go, Michael Cole says, if it wasn't for Aries hitting Ricochet with his sword and getting the match thrown out. The winner of this match of a throw out, Ricochet. Well, Elo has said the sad thing is that Ricochet, the good thing is Ricochet won. The bad thing is that since winnings cannot shift hand on a throw out or a track out, Aries is still the TWF Pennsylvania Reich fighter. Elois says, that's cool. Aiden English said, it's cool to know Aries is still the Pennsylvania Reich fighter. Yeah, I guess it is if you like someone who's a weakling. Well, Gene Okerlund now is now going to be talking with Aries, the God of War. Alright. Yes, Michael Cole, I'm going to be talking of Aries now. Alright, Aries. It seems to me that you're nothing more than a weakling because you had to hit Ricochet with your sword and get the match thrown out. I'll tell you what, I'm Aries, God of War. No one calls me a weakling, or a creep, or a heel, or a bully. You know what? I'm still the TWF Pennsylvania Reich fighter. Ricochet, he's nothing more. I'm done with him. I mean, come on. You're scathing me for working a sword? When we all know if Ricochet would have done the same thing, you would have been all happy about it. Well, Aries, now you're going to say that you had the right to hit Ricochet with your sword when it was not in the match, when it wasn't a hard-made match or no oversight match. Give me a break. And you know you have been a bully and a heel and a creep and a weakling for your whole beinghood. Yeah. And who's done that? Who's besmirched my name? Heracles, Xena, Perseus, Wonder Woman? I tell you right now, Gene Okerlund, you're hell lucky that I'm in a good mood. You know, Ricochet should be lucky. I could have taken his head off. But then we wouldn't have no more Ricochet. And you know how hard it is to get WWE dolls once they break. No need. So the way I look at it is that Ricochet, or I'll call him Dickochet, because I don't care what astronomer Corone says. Why should I give Ricochet any on look? He never gives me any on look. And now, at the end of the day, the God of War is still the TWF Pennsylvania Reich fighter, and that's all is good with me. Well, Aries, I'll tell you one thing. You're not going to get any on look from anyone. You're not going to get any followers or worshippers. You know, no one worship and follows false gods anymore. And Aries, you are a fake god. Oh, I'm a fake god, huh? Well, that's what happens. When you lose, that's what happens. I don't care. I still have my worshippers and my followers. They might not be as big as they once were, but they're still around. Killer, he's one of my followers and worshippers. Well, that was my talk with Ares, the god of war. Back to you, Michael Cole. Well, thank you, Gene Okerlund, for talking with Ares, the god of war, here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And it looks like it is all the time we got here for Friday Night Smackdown. I am Michael Cole for Elois and Aiden English. We hope you like Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Rampage or Run-In.